just a run, from the side down, turn on. Out of order. Just a run,
All right, mphulaphula VCR FM. Sesazama ke umkhangela umntakwethu kwela cala. Greetings, I. Yes, I.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I. You speaking to Bongoman on VCR FM, Kingman.
Come again?
You speaking to Bongoman on VCR FM in South Africa.
Oh, big up, man.
Yes, I. Mphulaphula VCR FM sawuthetha naye ke Micah Shemiah. My brethren, tell I who is Micah Shemiah?
Well, Micah Shemiah is a roots singer, producer from Jamaica, really spiritually based, you know what I mean? Making music from an orthodox perspective, Yeah, man.
Yes, I. Now, at the moment, how many albums do you have under your belt?
Last album release was Still last year. I think that's the fourth album, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think 4 albums now. I have a few more coming up. One this year and a few more to come.
All right. I've been following your music. I remember Roots Eye Vision in 2018, Original Red 2015, Still 2021.
Yes. And I also have a collaborative album I did called Shalalak, Rockers Rebirth. And also there's the first album I ever put out was an album called Rastaman Meditation, which is it was like an introduction project when I was very young. So
yes, I.
Yeah.
Now, how and when does music become a concrete part of your life? How and when does music become a concrete part of your life?
A complete part of my life.
Yes.
Well, music has always been there. It's always been a complete part, actually. But to be direct, when I started to do it 100% fully, I think that was in 2007 when I used to work for a law firm, and I quit that job and started to do music full time. But it's always been there, actually.
All right. Now, when did you become aware that you had a vocal talent? You can sing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I learned that when I was at school, in high school. I think I was in 3rd form, and I used to have friends that they sang, in groups, kind of like what you'd call a boy band, like what was happening in America at the time. So, yeah, so I joined my friends in a group singing mainly soul and R&B songs, like from people like Boyz II Men, and but I really loved Sade at the time when I was growing up, so I used to sing those songs as well. So yeah, that's where I started in high school and with friends, Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you grew up, which artists did you listen to?
I listened to all music, actually. I didn't. Spiritually, I was closer to Bob Marley because what he was saying resonated with how I grew up. So spiritually, that was my closest, connection, through Bob Marley. But I listened to all music, actually. I was inspired by all music.
All right. Now, you are from 12 tribes of Israel. Is it right?
Yes, sir.
All right. How does it differ from other, like Bobo Ashanti and others?
Differ?
Yeah, how does it differ? Bobo, 12 tribes.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any difference there?
Well, I think in the speeches or the words from the royal family, I think it was once said that in my father's house there are many mansions.
True.
12 tribes would be a part of the many mansions of the royal house of David, actually, which is what we are connected to, in Ethiopia. So the 12 tribe, I would say, are really more inclined to being the scholars, as I would say, among the group of mansions, because of the high level of reading and just the focus on the Bible and a chapter a day principle and stuff like that. So I would say that they would carry the title of the scholars of Rastafari, you know, the people that are much learned and very, very, you know, very much going out and seeking the knowledge and stuff like that, you know. Yeah, man.
All right, Massive.
Sure.
Now, how did you reach your peak in music?
Well, I've not reached my peak yet.
Yeah.
You know, when I reach my peak is when I'm home in Africa and singing for Africans and touring. Well, what we want to do initially, our plan as youths when we were growing up, you know, with that thing that the people now call the reggae revival, with people like Janine and Protege and Chronix, where we were all one, and the idea was to create a viable reggae music scene in Africa, just as it exists in the United States and in Europe, you know. So that is when I would have reached my peak. So I've not reached peak yet.
Right.
My work is not that of an individual musician, but of a unifying status. You know, my thing is to unify the whole connective energy of the youths in Jamaica towards Africa, connecting with Africa, and then, as I say, building that viable structure of reggae music, good vibes, everything through Africa, just like what we're doing in Europe and all these places that we tour, you know.
Yes, it's always a big dream for you, the Africans in diaspora, to come back to Africa. Have you been to Africa yet?
Yes, I've been to Africa twice. I went to South Africa in 2013, and in 2015 I went to Ethiopia and Kenya as well. I toured in Ethiopia and Kenya.
Now, I want to talk about Dread at the controls. Was there anything that pushed you to write that song or that album, Dread at the controls?
Yeah, it was just an energy of friends. You know, when you're young and you have your friends around you and you're looking towards the future, you're looking for great things, you know. And there was a good vibration among us as friends, you know what I mean? And we were all dreads. We were all coming from the brought ups here, or the knowledge of rockers and roots and spirituality, you know. So that's how the song really came about, through that influence, through that meditation, you know.
All right. So was there anything that happened before that album that made you to write an album like that? Besides the influence of friends?
Yeah, influence of friends, and just, you know what I mean, just on a whole, we had a lot of as the Babylon would say, role models, you know what I mean, in the Rastafari community. We had a lot of role models, you know, and being a down-pressed people, being a people that were coming from from slavery in Africa, thrown in the Caribbean, and then, you know, being really down-pressed and pressured in the Caribbean, almost, you know, being a people that were hunted by the police and the government, you know what I mean. It's always powerful to show a message to your community that we are strong and we are going forward and doing good things. And from my eyes, growing up as a little youth, I saw, with the influence of the Rastaman, the better and healthy eating of the society, you know what I mean, even with smoking ganja, you know what I mean, and using it as a medicinal purposes and stuff like that. You know, these are the types of mentalities that you know, created the whole Dread at the Control concept, you know.
Yeah. Now, don't you think of coming back home to Africa and choose any place that you want to live to?
Yeah, I want to actually. When I first came to South Africa, I went both to Johannesburg and to Cape Town.
Cape Town.
And yeah, I went to the shantytown in Cape Town with Mama B and all these people that lived there.
Makaskavi.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And I also went to Yeovil Town in Johannesburg.
Yeah.
Yes. I love that place. You know, I love the energy of the people. I think I have a brethren there. What's his name again? M2. I'm not sure.
Is it not Rasipo?
I don't remember. Huh?
Is it not Rasipo Mandula? You can't remember now.
No, I can't remember now.
Okay.
But I played with a band. I performed with a band that actually played with Miriam Makeba.
Okay.
So it was a guy. The guy's name is called Innocent. M2. I'm not remembering his last name, but the first name is Innocent for sure.
All right.
So that's a place that I would really love to visit again. Yeovil, it was a beautiful place, and I had a very beautiful concert with them. And also, so Africa on a whole, I looking to get to Africa by hopefully February, March this year to start, getting my piece of land and building a house somewhere in my family, So, yeah, that's the journey right now.
That would be my brother. That would be my brother.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, which musicians have you played with on your albums?
Basically a lot of musicians. I mix the young with the old legends. I come up with a lot of my own brethren who we played with. You know what I mean? So for the older generation, I've played with people like Dalton Brownie. You know what I mean? Mighty Diamonds.
Oh my God.
Pam Hall.
Pam Hall, yes.
Yes. People like Horsemouth. You know what I mean? Robbie Lynn.
Robbie Lynn.
A lot of great. Yes.
Yeah, I remember Robbie Lynn was also playing with Peter Tosh or Bob Marley.
Bagger Brown. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Peter Tosh.
Yes.
A guy called Bagger Walker.
Yes.
He was a legendary bass player back in the day, also a 12 Tribe member as well. You know what I mean? People like Ilawi, another 12 Tribe member who was incidentally the Ilawi and Brigadier duo on the Jalov sound system that a lot of people knew from back in the day. So it's been a lot of great, and then in the new school now, I have my own band, which is the Dreadites, you know what I mean? So I play with people like Giant Nicholas Brown. He's called Giant out there, you know what I mean? And then Billy Mystic, who is also one of the legends in reggae music here from the Mystic Revealers. I've played with his sons since we were kids, Icon, Ainilek, and yeah, so man, it's been a journey, and as I say, both young and old, mixing together,
So you started singing on the years back when you were at school?
Yes, I started singing when I was like 13.
All right.
I was in high school and mixing up with some friends, and we started some band thing. In America they had that boy band thing with people like Boys to Men and them thing in the early days. So, we really fell in love with songs like, Boys to Men's songs and, beautiful soul music coming from the US at that time.
All right, my brother. Now, lastly, how long and how difficult to put the album together?
Which album? Any album?
Any album that you are making. Is it difficult to make an album?
Yeah, it's difficult. It's not difficult to make the music. For me, I'm a songwriter and I can create the music in terms of the authorship, but to get the musicians playing and studio and all of that, it's really difficult because of the expense of it. It costs to make an album, or to make a quality album. It costs, especially here in Jamaica. So yeah, it's not really difficult. It's really just expensive.
All right. Now, Micah Shemiah, thanks a lot, my brother. Now, your last words to the viewers of VCRFM.
Zion's gates.
Yes.
We going up to Zion's gates. Will you be there on that great walk to Zion's gates? That's it.
I'd love to see you back in South Africa, Kingman, one time.
Yes, sir. We work on it, man. Keep the link, man.
Yeah, enough respect, my brother.
Enough love, man. Enough love. Bless up all the massive out there, seeing? And you don't know his family, seeing? Straight love.
Bless. All right, mphulaphuli we-VCRFM simbamba ngolo hlobo ke Micah Shemiah simbamba straight from ngaphaya eJamaica. Mphulaphuli we-VCRF ithethe ukuthi ke londo makade kuvise ke ezinye zengoma zakhe umfana mdala Micah Shemiah zakubambela ke ingoma zakhe zibe mbini nje kubambela ingoma zibe mbini zibe ntathu nje ke ndikuvise ke usiba lwakhe Micah Shemiah. Make simbambe umfana mdala esithi Space and Time simbamba ke straight eKingston eJamaica. Khumbula ke Kingston eJamaica xa i-22-3 inoba ke phaya kusekusasa ke kuba kaloku iJamaica mphulaphula weVisera FM isemva apha kuthi Kingston nge-hours eziyi-7 so kusekusasa kuye phaya inoba phaya njengoba bendimbamba ngo-3:30 phaya ibise-8:30 kusasa usasanda uvuka ke yamva usendongondogo mfana omdala phaya Micah Shemiah eKingston eJamaica. Makasimbambe ke apha esithi Space and Time.